Hello guys, and welcome to a new Star Division 2 video today by myself, Vulcan, and Attack Power.
Hey everyone, hope you're all having a great day.
In this video we have for you Game 3 of a best of 5 between Onord and Gonzo in the grand final of Season 8 of the Star Division 2 League. Today they are playing on Illomantsi, and on our left, in the red team, playing on the Axis side using the first Blindata, we have Gonzo using the Maverick deployment type. And on the right, on the blue team, also playing on the Axis side, we have Onord using the 78 Sturm and the balanced deployment type. So Gonzo currently 2-0 up in this series, this best of 5 series. So Onord needs to win this game, otherwise he will be taking second place and Gonzo will be the champion of Season 8.
Once again.
Once again, yes, indeed. I think it'll be his first back-to-back, actually.
I don't know. It just adds to his long list of achievements in this game.
Absolutely, yeah. So what do you think about these divisions?
Yeah. So, well, first off, hit that like button, subscribe, everyone. It really helps us out. So we got first Blindata versus 78 Sturm. This is actually the first time in this series that Onord has not picked an allied division. And then on top of it, he went with balanced. I'll come back to that in a second. In terms of 78th and first Blindata, 78th is a very strong division. It's very often banned because the infantry are just really, really powerful. They're basically like beefed up Panzergrens. And you get the Sturmschützen, which are 13-man MP44 squads. It's like one of the only squads where MP44s are like really actually deadly. And then you get tons and tons of 2K range support. You get a ton of 2K range AT. It's just a really well-balanced division. It's not really missing anything, like in particular. It's expensive. All the units are very expensive. There's no cheap. Like, I think there's a card of Ersatz, and that's the only thing that's kind of cheap in the deck. First Blindata, we've seen this a lot this season, actually, from a lot of players. It's basically a medium armored division with some better infantry in the Romanian infantry. You get some German infantry, but most of them are Romanian, and the Romanian infantry, I think, are a nice little step up from most of the normal German infantry. A lot of armored cars, you're really pushing your light armor really hard, supported by your medium Stugs and Panzer IVs. Onord taking balance is really interesting. This has not been something we've seen in Division 1. We've seen Vanguard from Kurz, and we've seen no balance whatsoever. So this is very interesting to see, because especially on this map, if you get pushed out of key positions on this map, you will lose, like, very definitively. So, like, if Onord loses this forest in the middle, loses some of these patches of forest up north or down south, that flag over the bridge, it's really hard to get back into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And the 78th, I mean, I feel like it does struggle a little bit against more specialized close range, like infantry.
Yeah, it does.
But it is a master of the long range. And I think on Illomantsi, especially on these hills that Onord has, I think for him, he potentially has the better side of the map for his support weapons. Because he could put like an IG up on the town on top of the hill, like an IG on the bottom side, and then use it to support pushes into the center of the map. So that might be quite nice.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It's just an expensive division. It lacks CQC, and it can very much struggle, actually, with light armor spam. All you get are you don't get any nice 45 mil or anything, so you can really struggle against armored cars at the beginning of the game, which I have a feeling Gonzo knows.
All right, let's have a quick look at the units going down here for Gonzo on the top left. He's got the 2 AB Horches. He's got the Takam T60 Sambunatori Moto. Further down, he's got another Takam T60 with the MG42, Vunatori Moto with the Panzerfaust, and a Vunatori Moto leader with the 25mm AA and a Reshica and the AB Horch. Another AB Horch further down with the Pianeri, and the Chechitash with the Pianeri, AB Horch, IG-18, Vunatori Moto, and the Stur 42. Over on the side of Onord, he's got a couple of Schützen and the Sturmschützen and the Panzerschreck at the top. Further down, we have the IG-18, the Sturmschützen and Panzerschreck. At the very bottom, there's going to be a lot of stuff piled up on this road. We got the Flammenwerfer with the Aufkladder, there's the MG42, IG-18, we got the IG-33s in there, Sturmschützen, the Nashorns coming out at the start as well, Nashorn Nägel, with the Black 43 to cover it, and the Pioneer Führer to give it some veterancy, a few Sturmschützen and Panzerschreck placed further back. What do you think about the deployment?
We've seen this deployment out of Onord before, I think. Didn't he play 78 Sturm earlier in the league on this map specifically, and did this same exact thing where he just like piled out long range stuff? So let's see if it gives him the same level of success. I think he might struggle up north. Gonzo's got a big force going there, and he's really got not a ton of troops going, especially like really not any AT other than IG-18. And if he gets too close with those Panzerschrecks, but he might be in a little trouble up there if he's not careful.
I'm surprised to see the nashorn out of Onord at the start here. There aren't really going to be like too many targets for it. I mean, the Sturm 42, I guess, for if it's there, and maybe for the first Blindata, I think you can get those like T4 Panzer IVs, for example. But at the end of the day, I feel like the engagement range, especially at the beginning of the match, won't necessarily be at the 2,000 meter unless he is pushing on the very bottom. If he's like contesting the center, he's actually going to be a lot closer, and then that would favor, you know, the more mid-range armored units.
Yeah, my guess is from seeing him play this before, he's going to position it to cover off that whole center reinforcing road. I think that's his plan with it.
Yeah, so let's see if Onord can get into a decent position here. Sturmschützen have unloaded, going to be moving into the swamp there. IG-33 is actually moving really far up. We're going to have the AB Horch moving in. Didn't manage to catch the Panzerschreck there. Top side, actually both players kind of deployed relatively safely, but mid here, Onord's really trying to get some ground.
And he needs to. Like, if he gets patched out of this, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. That Rashitsa, though, that thing is so dangerous. It's so good even in its HE role. And we already see one IG-18 go down. These are actually really important. He needs these. This IG-33, though, can definitely, if it lands a hit or two, do a lot of damage.
There's MG-42 on the side of Gonzo, doing a lot of damage here. And the MG-42 is going to be forced to fall back. Nice kill from Nashorn Nigel, though. Yep. Does take out the AB Horch. MG-42 is going to go down. And we have the IG now hitting this Rashitsa. And it looks like it should die.
Nope, totally missed.
Yeah, it just whiffed completely.
Yeah, and I would say that Onord really actually needed that to kill, because that Rashitsa is so dangerous, and it can easily kill his Nashorns and stuff, take out his range advantage. I mean, this is like some of the only 2K range you get out of first Blindata. I'm surprised he does have the 25 mil. I thought he'd go more aggressively after that Ju-87.
Yeah, the Ju-87 is an interesting choice, like that he brought that in so soon to counter like the Nashorn. Like, does he really feel like the Nashorn is that much of a threat right now? Maybe he wants to get rid of it so he can start playing more aggressively with the AB Horch, because if that can move forwards, it will be able to like rip through the IG-33, for example. So maybe that was the play there, or that was the plan. But yeah, the BF-109, I feel like it potentially could have committed to the Ju-87 there for sure. Even the 25 mil probably wouldn't have shot it down regardless.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like, yeah, Onord was like heavily microing that BF-109, and I'm not sure what his goal with it was. It almost felt like he was trying to waste 25 mil ammo, which it's a little early to be doing that. Like, it's a legitimate strategy.
No, I never ever feel like that's actually a thing.
Well, I've seen it happen. Oh, let's see if this Panzerschreck can get on this AB Hort. Nope, the other one's got it. Oh, very nice. Okay, it does take one of those out.
Yeah. So the Rashitsa actually snuck its way forwards, found line of sight onto the Nashorn. It actually misses the first shot, but this thing has such good rate of fire. It fires ridiculous. So 15 round per minute rate of fire, gets the third shot off, gets the kill.
Can the IG get it back?
Is dead already.
It cannot.
The IG's gonna whiff once again. I mean, he can potentially, yeah, he fire positioned it, so he continues firing after the fact. But it's already too late. That's already falling back very fast indeed. I feel like it's also faster than normal AT guns as well. I don't know. That seems to be moving.
The Rashitsa
faster than usual.
That thing is so freaking good. Like, it is so. In my opinion, it's the best AT gun in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very strong. I agree.
For its price, and it's got 2,000 meter range. It's 160 millimeters of pen normally. Its HE shell does, I think, 3.8 damage on its HE shell. Like, it just tears through everything.
So I'm surprised that Onord still has the 7042 out in the open. It would be nice to see that actually just get in the building there in order to help cover rather than being exposed. But the IG-33 landing a nice shot there onto a couple of the infantry of Gonzo.
Yeah, and the big loss with that Nashorn is Gonzo can very safely drive his armor out into the open right now. There's not a lot there that can actually kill stuff, like armored stuff. Yeah,
so there was definitely an opportunity for his Horches to move forwards. And the Sturm 42 as well, also being able to potentially move up, but hasn't really taken much advantage of it. The IG-33 scores a kill onto the Pioneer in the meantime, though. And now looking for more fire position shots onto the Reshitsa, although the Venatori Moto leader taking out another Panzerek. Nicely done.
Yeah, and Onord has to be careful because he actually really needs those to keep these armored cars away from his infantry.
Yeah, there's definitely a big threat, especially with these Sturmschützen. They won't be able to really move out of the heavy cover whilst the armored cars are in play. Oh, nice hit there by the Sturm 42 though onto the IG. You're going to be seeing the IG on the bottom side start engaging the Venatori Moto. It looks like this half color might be able to see that.
Yeah, and this is definitely a problem because honestly, this is probably the best area for Onord to fight because he can use his long-range stuff relatively effectively, and he's actually getting pushed back by first Blindata, which is not, I would not consider it a very long-range division. Although that Reshitsa certainly is doing the work. It's already moving back into view. It's probably going to peg this Stug 3 any moment.
What's interesting about this push at the moment, though, is, or this position, I guess, for Onord, is he has no Schützen. It's all Sturmschützen.
Yeah, you're right.
And whilst the Sturmschützen will be useful in, like, the light cover, like, he's definitely waiting for Gonzo to push forwards these Venatori through the light cover, and then he's going to delete them from the heavy cover.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to happen. But at the end of the day, if he wants to start making ground, he's going to need some, like, longer range infantry to screen his like armor and support weapons.
Well, yeah, especially with these Reshitsas hiding in the bushes and stuff, he just has to be so careful. He has brought in another Nashorn, mostly to take out that Stu 42 down south. The weird thing is too, we have basically no motion on the north or the south. Both these players completely focused on the center, and I don't even feel like there's that much going on in the center.
Yeah, it's quite a slow game so far. I feel like Illomantsi does choke the game quite a lot because of its like slim corridors of attack. So it does make it difficult for both players, and so it really comes down to more of like picking off a unit here and there and then trying to break through based on that. But nice kill here from the Reshitsa, killing off the IG-33.
So
Black
good.
88 trying to help out, but it's going to be out of range any second. One thing we do need to talk about a little bit is the fact that Onord is on this balanced income, so if Gonzo isn't making too much ground early on in the game and depleting tickets too much of Onord, then that's not going to end too well.
No, sorry, the BF-109 got a horribly unlucky crit. The first shot did a pilot panic, immediately taking him out of action.
What that was going for, maybe the MG-42 in the building there.
Yeah.
But a bit of a risky strafe.
But yeah, you're absolutely right though. This is the first time we've seen balanced, and I mean, so far, Onord is not. I mean, we're used to Onord being ahead like 16-8 in the first 10 minutes of the game. So this is definitely a change of pace. True. This is a this is a change of pace for him.
He's been doing really well against Gonzo in the early game, but yeah, this time around definitely shaking things up. We've got the IG-18 duel. Gonzo's IG managed to miss twice. Nice. Is it going to hit the third shot? Nope. It's not going to hit that one either. They're just firing backwards and forwards and missing all day long.
Oh, okay. What is your opinion on IG-18s? Because I see these top players using them a lot, and I don't ever use them.
They used to be incredibly strong.
Yep.
When they had the 2,000 meter range, but
then
after the range rework, I don't feel like they are worth taking over another card of MG-42s.
That is kind of my feeling about it too. And yet I see these Div 1 players use them and they seem so good, and then I use them and they seem so bad. Really odd.
It's
mortar strike.
All about just using them in couples now. Like,
yeah.
I feel like using them in twos is actually quite effective these days, but it really depends. That Sturm 42, I think, did take a penetration already, so this IG, if it shoots it, it might actually kill it.
Nashorn is moving up to try to take that pot shot. I think the IG is still firing HE, hopefully at that Reshitsa, because it needs to be dead. Oh, it does land a hit, but it doesn't kill it. Oh, Nashorn goes down. Stu 42 goes down. I don't know if that's a good trade.
If the IG can kill the Reshitsa,
I
would say it's fine, but the Reshitsa's alive and falling back and still going to be alive for a little bit longer. And so it looks like these Sturmschützen are going to be forced out of position here. This is really bad for Onord because these Sturmschützen really can't defend themselves. When they get in the open, they don't only have that 300 meter range, and the Venatori Moto with the double ZB-30 just going to be booing them up.
Wow, we do get to see the Sturmschützen's power, though. We just saw a Venatori Moto basically disappear. It killed, I think, 2 units and lost 9.
Yeah, disintegrated a bit with the 20 mils coming in to help. That just about saves the day. Oh, another nice one under pressure by the Reshitsar there, but the T4 also getting shots onto the IG-18. IAR coming in for the IG-33. This could be a terrible series of events for Onord right now. IG gets taken down to 1 health. The T4 is struggling to kill the IG-33. The Reshitsar gets taken out by the IG-33 in the end. So maybe saved by the bell, but the Ju-87 coming in, getting its cluster off. The F-109 G6 coming in for the interception. Hell, this is just on the knife edge. This thing wants to die. Incredible.
And Ju-87 does go down. We have a Nebelwerfer, 150 mil, trying to take out these 60 mils, which are putting quite the pressure on him. The Flak 88 has even taken a little bit of mortar fire, I believe, or Rashitsa, I can't tell which one has done the damage. Gets a penetration on that Stu 42 from the hill.
Yep, Stug 3 went down though, and then the Stur 42 is going to go down, so trading both ways. I feel like Gonzo here a little bit unlucky not to kill the IG-33s sooner. That was kind of unfortunate for him, and the Nashorn not dying here as well on the bottom side.
Yeah,
like I feel like Onord should be in a way worse position now than he is. Kind of got a little bit lucky with some of these engagements, but otherwise things have been trading backwards and forwards. However, if we look at the massive forces here on the side of Gonzo compared to Onord right now, it's not looking good.
No, and if you look at the score, it's actually 15-9. It doesn't feel like Gonzo's taken a ton of ground, but that's the problem with this map, is a lot of these flags are right next to the edge, and you don't need to go far to take a 15-9.
Yeah, so you got these 5 flags in the middle, and the 2 that he's got the salient over at the moment start on the blue side, so
yeah,
that's what he's getting his lead from. Onord's just unloaded the Sturm Pioneer on the bottom side. He will be able to use smoke to keep them alive for a little bit longer, but he's got to think of a more permanent solution to stay in the game, because that's not going to be there for very long.
No, and remember, we are in phase B, so Gonzo already has a board presence advantage, and it's only going to get bigger here. These IG-33s have been awful. They're missing so badly.
Yeah, like I feel like sometimes these things can just be like heat-seeking missiles and just kill everything in one shot. And then in this case, Onord not having too much luck with it. But it's interesting that Onord's invested in so much artillery early on, like these Nebelwerfers. I think similar to the Katyushas that we saw him use before, I'm really not a fan of using these individually. I feel like their dispersion is like really detrimental to their effectiveness individually. And in this case, he does manage to take out the leader next to the Reshitsar, but the Reshitsar was the target and he didn't get the kill.
Yeah, I'm a little bit... I like Nebelwerfers a little bit more than Katyushas in a singular role, though I agree with you, 2 is obviously much better than 1. They can be a little bit more effective. I feel like their spread is not so bad as the Katyushas is. They also, it's a higher caliber too, isn't it? Katyusha is 132.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So they do when they land, they do actually tend to kill things a little bit more consistently.
Yeah, absolutely. They also do reload quite quickly. We got another one firing away here at another Reshitsar. Can this one hit the mark?
Does kill that. Yep. Yeah, see, I think they do okay. And the nice thing is they come in with an ammo truck that you can move them around quite easily with. They can be quite effective then. Yeah.
I think maybe in this case, he's got quite short range there against the Reshitsar, so the dispersion wasn't as great. But nice one there, going to be going down. Another nice kill. JU-188 going to be going for a bit of a suicidal recon run there to see what's up. But we got Gonzo on the top side building up a lot of 20 mils right now. He brought in a bunch of these SPW 251 or 259, sorry. So they will be waiting to push. IAR going to be turning away from the BF-109 G6R6, but that thing has 20 mil cannons under the wings, and goodbye to the IAR.
Yeah, it's easy to forget how quickly these BF-109 G6R6s can really shoot down a plane. Finally, the Flak 841 pins this Rashitsa, but I think it's going to die from this last shot there, and there it goes. And this is the only issue with 78 Sturm, in my opinion. Everything's so expensive. So when you lose stuff, it's always a down trade for you.
Oh, on the top side, BF-109 took down the off-map plane before it even dropped its off-map.
Oh.
That was nasty. Really nice job there by Onord to intercept that one. Yeah, I feel like that's a mistake on the side of Gonzo, to be honest, though.
I mean, look at it's so close to falling back, and then it didn't, and then it pulled off that kill. Like, wow.
Yeah, that's really not good news. Nebelwerfer going to be aiming again at another Rashitsa on the bottom side. In the mid, though,
there. Okay, it goes down.
Onord's going to really struggle to basically take more ground back in this middle. But yeah, IAR traded for BF-109 on that top side.
And now these infantry just going to get stuck out in the middle and just get mowed down.
He can use this swamp for cover, so there is that if he wants to actually move them into cover, rather than, you know, just let them die in the open. Come on, Onord, you're better than this.
Yeah. Well, now his troops are just huddled behind this smoke ball, like hoping this stays there.
Yeah, yeah. Like he could just move down. I think does that class as cover? I'm pretty sure the swamp class is cover.
No, it doesn't block lines of sight. Like those Pioneer and stuff will still shoot them. It gets you out of the long range stuff's line of sight, but the infantry can still see him depending. I don't know. It's hard to tell because from their angle they can see, from the Pioneer's angle they can't.
It's just like I know that in some cases from playing like single player campaign stuff, that when you place your infantry into the swamps, it's slightly lower down and it can like take away the line of sight. It's really weird. Anyway, topside push coming to fruition as Gonzo is under fire from Onord, but I'm not sure that Onord really knows what he's you know, kind of kicking the hornet's nest here.
Yeah, I mean he wiped out those infantry, but that was kind of like that was like a baby push. He didn't even commit this massive pile of troops behind the lines. Look at them all. Oh
yes, a lot of stuff here. That's like 4 20mm vehicles, Panzer IV, double 60mm mortar with the TACAM. They've got the 2 Pioneer assault there, actually 4 Pioneer assault, and the leader. And there's just so much stuff building up.
Here comes the smoke, and I assume here comes the waves.
Meanwhile, Onord's making a little play on the bottom side to try and grab a flag here, but yeah, this push on the top is really what we're going to be wanting to keep an eye on, because this could be a make or break situation in this game.
Oh yeah.
So the Pioneer assault going to be taking advantage of the smoke to get close to the infantry of Onord, get into this heavy cover. We'll still need to be careful not to reveal itself on the edge of the trees to the Schützen though, because the Pioneer assault will get melted pretty fast. Yeah. But these Schützen at close range, not going to have a fun time.
No. These Pioneer assault horrendously outclass everything in 78th at close range.
Yeah, they have really nice 60% accurate submachine guns. They got the double flamer, better than Sturmoviki, I think.
I think so,
because they're 10 man.
Yeah, I think so. These used to have 150 meter range submachine guns. They took them away at some point. They were absolutely absurd then. I do remember them having it. One day I went in and I was like, didn't these guys have 150 at some point? I think they did. Because other Romanian units have 150 meter range, like out of 4th Munte.
Yeah, but that's a different gun.
Yeah, I know. Anyway. I'm saying I thought they had it. Nebelwerfer strike.
Yeah.
Nebelwerfer strike.
In the mid.
Yep, in the middle. Very nice. Down south, those Schützen are easily thrown off. The HE out of these Rashitsa has just been devastating.
Yeah, it has. It's been managing to kill a lot of these support weapons that Onord's been trying to use, and as you mentioned, every single one is very expensive. And this mortar fire, oh, that's nasty. Coming in the center onto the 37mm. Nice radio mortar there, using the artillery leader to get that on target, and the last shell takes it out. Big kill. On the top side though, the 20mm are starting to push through, and another 37 under fire. Sturmschützen being forced back. Stück 3 is going to go down as well to the Panzer IV. Sturmschützen haven't unloaded, get taken out on the road as well. There, everything is just falling apart on this top side. Like, Onord's managed to move through the swamp into the heavy cover in the middle, but I think he didn't realize how bad things were going on this top side.
And this is where, and this is why balance has a hard time these days. When you get to the very end of B phase, your opponent has 400 more points than you. Like, it's just, unless you've traded beautifully, you're way behind.
Yeah, and that's exactly where we are right now. Just moved into phase C, and yes, Onord's going to have more income, but he
doesn't even try
the game. 20 minutes and 5 seconds it took for Gonzo to take that third game from Onord, and that means that Gonzo is the champion of Season 8 of the Steel Division 2 League. Congratulations to him. He's going to be taking quite a hefty prize, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's $250 or something. The king has retrieved his crown.
Yep. But commiserations to Onord. Definitely put up a decent fight in the first couple games. This one seemed a bit of a tactical miscalculation on the part of the balanced income, and also seems like some of the play was a little lackluster compared to his other games.
Yeah, and I also looked over Onord's deck, and like it only has like 50 some infantry, which is really strange for balance. It almost felt like he had built it to be Maverick or Vanguard and then just slapped balanced on it at the last second. It was just a very strange deck build. I mean, I'm more of an infantry heavy guy, so I always expect more, but 57 is really low for balanced.
Yeah, well, there we have it. Anyway, 1,775 kills, 1,140 losses. Big lead.
Yeah.
In this game, it's almost a 2-to-1 KD. And if we consider as well that
Maverick income,
the 400 extra points that the Maverick would have at that point, it's going to be pretty crazy how much that is. But jumping over to the kills, the rest is great stuff. Killing the IG, Nashorn, MG42, IG33, and the Stug. Like, that is just beautifully done.
It just does everything. Like, what more could you want out of a unit? MG42.
Another Regista.
Yeah.
Got Nashorn, Stug, and an 88 there as well.
And this is like what I mentioned. This is what it always feels like when you play with or against 78 Sturm. You look at your KD and you're just like, every unit I lost was so expensive. Like, every single one cost a lot of points.
Yeah. And all that Nashorn got was a Horch in the end. That's pretty rough.
Yeah.
The 88 did manage to take out one of those Sturm 42s. The Nebelwerfers, I would say, actually got relatively good value.
They did well.
Killing the Reshitsar, killing the 60mm mortar. The second Nebelwerfer, maybe not so much, but they were brought in early for the long game, and then the long game didn't happen. So it was unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, those were one of the best performing things on here, unfortunately for him. Yeah, I think Onord spent too many points on singular support weapons instead of like just concentrated like chunks of units to try to like actually take ground. Again, I just don't think he had enough infantry to like really fight back once things started going bad. And Gonzo just built up so much HE, like AT and HE and stuff. Every time one of these support weapons came in range, it just deleted. It was just dead.
Yep. That was a bit unfortunate. I was surprised not to see more Schützen early on as well, to just like help control the longer range engagements against like the Venatori Motor, because he does definitely have the MG advantage there in his infantry squads.
Mm-hmm.
So it was surprising to me that he didn't really leverage that in those engagements. But yeah, again, commiserations to Onord, but congratulations to Gonzo. Fantastic achievement once again, taking first place in the Steel Division League 2 seasons in a row now.
On top of his many other league wins. It's not just these 2 seasons, it's, I don't know, 4 or 5 now. But yeah, this is the end of Season 8. Season 9's not very far away, actually, excitingly enough.
Oh, well, there you go. News to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the end of September, Protoss said, or early October. I might be misquoting, but boy. I don't think it's too far off. So if you are enjoying this content, hold on. There should be more soon enough.
Yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe.
You're doing it, Vulcan. Good for you. Good for you. Do you guys hear how uncomfortable he is?
All right, guys. Yeah. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed our coverage of the Stir Division League Season 8. Big thanks, Attack Power, for joining me throughout these casts. I really appreciate it, dude.
Oh, thank you for having me on. It's been an honor to cast with the big SD2 caster on YouTube. So I really appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys watching. The support means a lot, and yeah, it's been very fun working with you.
Yeah, you too, man. All right, that's it. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.